Okay, so we're making measurements here in the pulse profiling suite for the PSM 5000 series sensor. And you'll notice we've got several measurements are always here, right? It takes this data and it's calculated the peak power, the pulse power, the crest factor, the average power, and the duty cycle. But let's make some other measurements. First off, we're going to look at the markers. So let's go into our marker menu and we'll turn on marker number 1 and we'll make that a normal marker. And he falls right down here, so I'm actually going to reset his position and I'm going to drag him up. There we go. And then I'm going to turn on marker number 2 and I'm going to make him a delta marker. Notice his icon is slightly different. Let me get him right on that corner. And so you'll notice that the delta marker shows that we have a 2 microsecond pulse width. And we could use our delta markers to measure different things in here. So we have these different markers. Let's shut the markers off and let's actually do the measurements a different way. Okay, so let's make some measurements with gates. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reset my measurement window. And I'm going to grab 2 full pulses. And I'm going to set up these gates to make measurements. So for instance, gate A, I'm going to make a rise time gate. So I'm going to go pull that one over here. And I'm going to get the rise time of this pulse. And then gate B, I'm going to measure fall time. And I'm going to go and drag that one over and get the fall time on this pulse. And we can overlap these gates, so I'm going to do a pulse width with gate C. I'm going to just grab these across the pulse width of that gate. Gate D, I'm going to get the pulse repetition time, and it should give me my duty cycle and everything when I grab 2 full pulses. So I've got pulse measurement on that one. So I got my PRF. Let's see, let's do it, all of them. So now with my gates, as you can see, I've got my rise time of 53 nanoseconds, my fall time of 52 nanoseconds. My pulse width, which I measure with my markers, I've measured here, it's actually 2.037 microseconds. And of course we've got all these measurements in here, which are actually the same measurements that we have up here, but I can measure them on a pair of pulses at a time. So that's how to set up your gates, and we can go ahead and turn all the gates off. And we can reset our zoom, and we're back to where we started. And that's how to set up the pulse profiling measurements.